Hey, what's going on, guys? If you guys have an old exterior light and you want to upgrade it or replace it, stay with me in this video. I'm going to show you how easy it is for you to do it by yourself, to change your old exterior lights to something a little bit more modern and get you guys going in the right direction. All right, let's get at it. Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another episode. If it's your first time here, welcome. And to all my longtime subscribers, welcome back. In today's video, we're going to be replacing this old incandescent exterior light with this newer style light fixture. Now, replacing exterior lights is pretty easy. They all come in all different shapes, sizes, LEDs, incandescent, you name it. However, the installation of them are pretty much the same across the board. So if you follow these steps, you should be able to replace your exterior lights by yourself, no worries. As usual, I'm going to leave timestamps down below if you need them, and everything that I use in this video, you'll be able to find in the links in the description. Without further ado, let's jump into it and let's see if we can change this thing out. Before we jump into the video, I want to let you guys know the first thing you want to do whenever you're working on any electrical source is you want to turn off the power. Now, for an exterior light, you can just simply turn off the light switch, but if you do, you need to make sure that you tell everybody inside, don't turn it on because you're working outside. If you want to play it super safe, turn the breaker off, and that way you know the power to this was completely dead. All right, now let's jump into it and let's get this thing changed out. Typically, the only thing holding the exterior lights in place are usually some screws like this. They usually have some knobs or bulbs or something that looks similar to this that you want to be able to remove. In this case, we have one on each side. This one you can see was broken from before. Somebody tried to remove it, but it snapped off. Once you've located the bolts, all you need to do is go ahead and unscrew them. Once you're done removing the screws, all you need to do is just pull your fixture and it should come off the wall. Now, sometimes around the edges, there'll be paint, so you might need to use a blade or something to remove the paint that's holding it on. But apart from that, they should be able to just pull off and you should be able to expose the electrical box below. Now that we have our exterior light removed, you can go ahead and remove all the cables that are tucked away inside the box. They should all have wire nuts, so you should be able to just pull them out like this. Now, I always say, even though our light fixture is turned off, you always want to double check. You can either use a non-contact voltage tester or a multimeter just to make sure that there's no power on the hotline. In our case, we know that the power is dead, so we're good to go ahead to proceed to the next step. Now, what I like to do next is disconnect all the wires and cap them back with wire nuts. Once you have all the wires disconnected and there's nothing holding your old fixture, you can just take it and set it aside. Now that we've exposed our box, the one thing I want you to notice is this little bracket here. Now, most light fixtures come with some sort of bracket, so what you want to do is remove the old bracket that's connected to the box here. Some cases there may be a grounding screw here where the ground is connected to. If it is, just disconnect it. Now, typically this is only held in place by a couple screws you can see here and here, so go ahead and remove them. Once you have the screws removed, you can go ahead and remove the bracket. Now that our box is ready, the only thing left to do is install our new bracket. So let's go ahead and let's talk about that. All right, this new light comes with a bracket that looks like this. It's a little bit different than the other one. The way this works is it's going to secure to our box. However, the light itself is going to be screwed in on the side with some provided screws to secure it to the bracket. Now, in this case, if you notice these two screws here, the important thing is these should be horizontal so that this bracket will line up with the holes here to make this perfectly level. If the screws are not level, they provide these slots where you can put the screws in so you can adjust the bracket by itself. And then I would suggest using a level on top to maintain the level and make sure that it's level. And to install this is pretty simple. You want to pass the wires through the center hole, and then you'll be able to line up the screw holes. Make sure that your bracket is level, and then you can go ahead and tighten the screws. Now we can go ahead and connect the new fixture, connecting our neutrals to neutral, our grounds, and last but not least, the hot. Now the only thing left to do is tuck our wires back inside the box, and then we can go ahead and put our light fixture back on. All we need to do now is line up our exterior light with the bracket and install the screws provided. Once you have the light fixture installed, the only thing left to do now is put in a new bulb and then turn on the light to make sure that it works. Once you've got this done, all you need to do is rinse and repeat. Do it on any other light fixture that you have if you have more than one for outside, and then you're pretty much done. So guys, listen, there are just a couple things that you guys need to do and whenever you want to change these exterior lights. And the most important thing is that mounting bracket. If you guys mount that mounting bracket level, then your light will be installed level, of course. So that's pretty much the only thing that you need to pay attention to. Apart from that, all it is disconnecting the existing wiring, connecting the new wiring, and using the screws to connect the base to the bracket. Once you've mastered that, you're mastered installing exterior lights, and you can do this for yourself and for all your friends from here on out. The only thing I would recommend also is, since you're putting up exterior lights and it's going to be exposed to the elements, what you'd want to do is you want to run a bead of caulk around the base just to make sure that it's watertight so that no water can get in and get to your electrical components. You could also caulk it all the way around and leave just a small opening in the caulking at the base, just in case water gets trapped, it will leak out and it will have somewhere to escape. Apart from that, there's nothing else to it, and you guys can definitely do this yourself. So I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you for taking the time out of your day to stay with me and watch this video. And if you did, give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, stay tuned for more DIY content from me, and until next time, I'll catch you guys in the next video.